it's Miss Libby, Miss Janae, and Ella. Today we are going to be bringing you some stuff that you can continue working on while we are away from each other. We hope to see you really soon, but until that time, we just want to make sure that you are staying in shape and keeping up with all the things that we've been working on in class. Now, this video is going to span a really wide range of ages. It's going to span from about 7 years old to approximately 12, 13. And the reason we're doing that is because it's always good to go back and look at the basics, but a lot of the moves that these kids are working on are slowly being expanded upon as they get older. So if you know when we get to certain moves that you've been doing more difficult variations of moves, go ahead and pause the video, move forward with those variations that we've been working on in class, and then join us back in. So, also if you are younger, like in Ella's class, and you get to a move that you have not worked on, go ahead and just skip on over that, especially in tap, and move on to the next portion of the video that applies to your child. We just really wanted to throw this all out there and get as much content as we could in one video. So the first thing we're going to start with is we are going to go ahead and go through our stretches. So let's go ahead and take a seat. We're going to start with our butterfly, putting the bottoms of our feet together, sitting up tall, grabbing your ankles. And we're going to push our knees down to the ground, opening up those hips. Good, we're going to take our arms, reach forward, nose down to your toes. Good, stretch those feet straight out in front of you, sit up tall and fifth, and point, and flex your feet. Good, we're going to flex our feet, reach forward. Good, pointing our feet, we're going to try and get our forearms down to the ground next to us. Good, and then we're going to spread our legs out, sit up tall, really reaching to the sky, lengthening through that spine, pointing our toes, coming to second, and we are going to reach over, come back to second, and reach over to the other side. Good, come back to second, rotate towards your leg, stomach down to the knee. Back to second, rotate, stomach down to the knee. Good, coming up, reaching forward as far as you can go. Very good. We're going to roll over onto our stomach, reaching, pushing up, gluing your knees and your ankles together in the back. Walrus. Good, spreading those knees apart, toes to our head, seal. Good, coming up on our knees, we're going to go through our splits. We're going to put our right leg up, left knee on the ground. We always want to keep our left knee on the ground, hands on each side, and sliding into that split. If you have your split, you can hold up nice and tall in a fifth. Coming down, rotating into our left, and sliding. Miss Janae is going to hold up top, nice and tall. Good, and come down. We're going to stand up. Hands out in front of us, staying right. Nice over top, sliding into that middle split, staying over top of your hands, pointing those toes. Good, and stop. All right, we're going to move into our plies. If you have a chair available or you have a countertop available, you can go ahead and use that as a bar. We are going to go ahead and just do it center floor. So it'll be a little bit different, but pretty much the same thing. We're going to start in first. We will be doing 4 demi-plies in first, second, fourth, and fifth, rising and balancing in fifth in a susu. If you have been working on grand plies in certain positions, you are more than welcome to do the grand plies after the first 2 demi-plies. Starting first, we prepare up and out. We're going to go ahead and put our hands on our hips. For right now, if you are using a bar, you are more than welcome to do your arms that you are used to. We go, demi, and stretch, demi, stretch, demi, and stretch, demi, and stretch. Good, we're going to tell you out to second. We go demi, and stretch, demi, stretch, demi, and stretch, demi, and stretch. We're going to tendu around to fourth, lining up our big toe and our heel. We go demi, stretch, demi, stretch, demi, stretch, demi, stretch. We're actually going to tendu, rond de jambe around to the back to our other fourth position, keeping our hips square. We go demi, stretch, demi, stretch, demi, stretch, demi, stretch. We're going to tendu our front foot, close it into fifth. We go demi, stretch, demi, stretch, demi, stretch, demi, and stretch. We're going to tendu our right foot out, close it in front fifth, and finish demi, and stretch, demi, stretch, demi, stretch, demi, and stretch. We're going to rise and balance, fifth susu, squeezing those arches together, stretching our fingers to the sky, relaxing our shoulders, squeeze, and come down in a nice plie. Very good. We're going to do our tendus to the front, the side, and the back. We're going to start in first position. Prepare up. We tendu front, leading with that heel, pushing that heel forward, and close. Front, close, front, close, front. Now to the side. We go side, close. Just that big toe sliding on the floor, keeping that leg completely straight and sliding. Good. We're going to go to the back. We go back. Press that heel into the ground. Back. Don't bend your leg. Keep that leg straight and close. Back and to the side. We go side and close. Side, close, side, close, side, and close. Very good. For your benefit, I would repeat that 2 more times and just go through that same exercise. Next, we're going to move on to échappés. Now, at this age, we've been working on échappés sliding out into our second position. We start in a fifth. Our hands in first. We plie. We slide out to releve second, hold, close in fifth. Second, and close. Échappé, 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 échappé. Very good. Just kind of going through a quick reminder of all these moves, making sure you understand everything. Next, we're going to go through our arabesques into our sautés. We start in a second position with our feet turned out. We rotate into arabesque à terre, which means arabesque on the ground. We lift. We hop into sauté, keeping that leg straight and pointed. We set it down. Rotate to second. Other side. Lift. Sauté. Set it down. Rotate back. Arabesque à terre. Lift. Sauté. Set it down. One more time. Rotate. Lift. Hop. Down. And second. Very good. Make sure you go through that probably 3 or 4 more times, really focusing on where you rotate and where those arms are staying. The next section we're going to do is chaîné turns. Now, for my dancers, we have been doing chaîné turns starting from one end of the room, moving across to the other end. You can do this. We are just going to do one at a time. So you can do the one at a time with us and then focus on spotting and staying up on releve in these chaîné turns, moving across the floor, which I know all of you have worked on. So, Miss Janae and Miss Ella will be demonstrating on flat foot. I will be demonstrating up on releve. Okay? We are going to start. We have been working with our arms out and first, correct? We are going to tendu. We find our spot. We chaîné 1, 2, 3. Tendu back. Find your spot. Chaîné 1, 2, 3. Very good. Chaîné back. 1, 2, 3. Find your spot. Chaîné 1, 2, 3. Very good. You can continue this exercise by taking our chaînés continuously across the floor. Remember to keep those feet underneath of your shoulders. Really stay nice and tight and find that spot, whipping your head around. Moving on from chaîné turns, we have our backside fronts or our pas de bourrées. We will do these both on flat foot and on releve. We will go ahead and start flat foot. We start with our arms in second. We tendu. We step back, side, front, and tendu. Back, side, front, and tendu. Back, side, front, tendu, back, side, front. Now we will do them up on releve. We go back, side, front, and tendu. Back, side, lower, front, and tendu. Back, side, front, and tendu. Back, side, front, and tendu. Very good. Going through those, especially my girls who are in pre-point or point one right now, really working, you can work through a lot of these exercises on your point shoes. If you've been working in your point shoes on these exercises in point class, don't be afraid to do these in ballet and then go ahead, get your point shoes out and go through these exercises in a nice, safe environment on your point shoes, only if you have been working on these. Next is a move that Ella's class may not know. She's going to try and learn it with us now. So go ahead, don't be afraid to push yourself. We may have gone over it once, but I know my other classes have been working on it, so I want to review. These are called pas de chasse. We start with our right foot back and fifth, one arm down, other arm out. This is our piqué, hop, piqué, close fifth. So we piqué, we hop over, we piqué in our other foot, and we close in fifth. We switch our arms, we piqué, hop, piqué, close fifth, switch our arms, piqué, hop, piqué, close fifth, and switch, piqué, hop, piqué, close fifth, and close. Good. If that's a new move for you and it's something you would like to work on, go ahead and break down that move, work on it, going through each step by itself. And lastly in ballet, this is something that my more advanced classes have been working on. So again, if this is something you have not been working on, you are free to skip over or give it a shot if you would like. We've been working on point piqués, again, another thing for my point girls to work on. We will do the right side first. We turn to our right leg out. This leg always stays straight when you do the right side. The left leg always stays bent. We have our right arm up. Our left arm will be coming in and out as we step up. We step up onto a straight leg, passe, and close. Step up onto a straight leg, passe, and close. Passe, and close, just touching our big toe to our knee. Passe, and close. Stepping up onto a straight leg, passe, and close. Good, we're going to rotate our left side, turn to that left foot out, really bending our right leg. We go. Up, and close. Up, and close. Turn that leg out, turn it out. Close, up, and close, and close. Very good. I know some classes have also been working on turning those. If you've been doing the exercise where you do point piqué and then you do a turn, go ahead and go through that now. Pause the video if you remember that's something new that we just introduced before we had to go on the break. Now is the time we're going to go ahead and get our tap shoes on. Miss Janae and Miss Ella will not be wearing tap shoes, so you are welcome to do this not in your tap shoes, or if you have a floor that is able to use tap shoes, go ahead and put your tap shoes on. We are going to begin with just some basic warm-up, starting with our heels, our toes, and our backwards toes. We're going to put our hands on our hips. We're going to do 8 heels, 8 toes, and 8 backwards toes. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and toes. We go toe, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and up. We go 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. Next move, just to warm our feet up, is shuffle step. Remember, only use that toe, never your heel. We have also been working on shuffle step. Working on getting that shuffle really fast, so that is the speed we'll be doing at. Hands on our hips, we pick it up, we go. Shuffle, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step. 4 more. Shuffle, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step, shuffle. Very good. We're going to move to the back of our room. You can move to the back of your room as well. We will be doing flaps, staying up on those toes. We are going to flap. Brush toe. Good. Then we're going to turn around. We're going to do it to the back. We go. Very good. This is also the time, if you you are an older girl and you have been in a more advanced tap class, to work on your flat variations. Just to go through some of them, we have been working on flat heels, flat heel, flat heel, flat heel, flat heel. Good. We have also been working on flat ball changes. Flat ball change, flat ball change. Go through that variation. We've also been working on flat, flat, flat toe hop, which looks like this. Flat, flat, flat toe hop. Good. That variation. Any variations that we've been working on with moving across the floor, go ahead and pause the video now, go through those variations. Every class has been working on paradiddles, heel, spank, toe, heel. We're going to go ahead and go through those now slowly and then a little bit faster. It starts heel, spank, toe, heel, spank, toe, heel, heel, spank, toe, heel, heel, spank, toe, heel. A little faster. We go. And rock, dip, dip, and rock, dip, and rock, dip, and rock. Good. Go ahead and go through those a few more times on your own. We are going to move on to some of our ball changes. To start with our younger generation, we have been working on heel, ball change, heel, step. So we're going to go ahead and go through that. Then we will move on to a shuffle ball change, shuffle step. Starting with the heels, we go heel, ball change, heel, step, left side, heel, ball change, heel, step, again, heel, ball change, heel, step, heel, ball change, heel, step. Good. For the older kids and also for this class, we have been working on shuffle, ball change, shuffle, step. We pick up our foot, we go shuffle, ball change, shuffle, step, shuffle, ball change, shuffle, step. Again, shuffle, ball change, shuffle, step, shuffle, ball change, shuffle. Very good. Picking up the pace on that, getting it faster and faster every time you do it. Everybody has been working on buffaloes. We are going to start with our simple buffalo, and then we will add the ending for our older girls. We start with our foot across. We put our hands on our hips. A buffalo, as a reminder, is a hop, shuffle, hop. Slowly to go through that, we go hop, shuffle, hop back. Hop, shuffle, hop back. Hop, shuffle, hop back. One more time. Hop, shuffle, hop back. Good. Let's rotate, switch to our left foot. On the left, we go hop, shuffle, hop back. Hop, shuffle, hop back. Hop, shuffle, hop back. Hop, shuffle, hop back. Very good. We're going to ask Ella to go ahead and go out of the video now. And we are going to work on adding our ending. We have been doing 3 buffaloes with a flat ball change on the end. So we'll go through that slowly and then we'll speed it up a little bit. We go buffalo 1, buffalo 2, buffalo 3, flat ball change. Left side, buffalo 1, buffalo 2, buffalo 3, flat ball change. Now I'm going to add in the arms. Miss Janae will continue just doing the feet. We go buffalo 1, buffalo 2, buffalo 3, flat ball change. Buffalo 1, buffalo 2, buffalo 3, flat ball change. Go through that a few times. I know there's some classes that have been working on that quite a bit. Good. The next move we are going to work on is a simple move, but just to keep our brain going, we have been working on shuffle, hop, step. Especially for those who are going to be going through the time steps, we want to work on this. So very quickly, it is shuffle, hop, step. Shuffle, hop, step. Shuffle, hop, step. Shuffle, hop, step. Do that on your own, just to keep your brain engaged there. The next move is called a Broadway, or we call it flat heel, heel, brush, heel, toe, heel. We will go through it slowly. We start with our right foot. We go the opposite heel. Heel, heel, brush, heel, toe, heel. Flat, opposite heel, 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 brush, heel, toe, heel. Be sure to say it with us. Flat, as Miss Janae. The last thing we have been working on is our time step. If you know you've been working on a time step, we're going to go through the move slowly again. Remember, the biggest thing about a time step, the steps always alternate, right to left. You do not use the same foot 2 times in a row. We start slowly. We start with a stop on our right foot. We hop on our left. We step on our right. We flap with our left. Our left. We do a ball stop starting with our right foot. Ball stop, start it over. Hop. Step. Our left. Ball stop. 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 Make sure to go through that. Break it down slowly. You've all gone through that except for Ella's class, so make sure that you are going through that time step. Lastly, we're going to just go over a few things in jazz because I know mainly in jazz we have been working on leaps and turns. Now, I know it's hard to do leaps, but we want to make sure that we're going over the preparation. Again, this is when it's going to break down into ages. If you're older and you know you've been working on stag leaps, switch leaps, side leaps, and different leap combinations, other than just grand jetés, make sure you take the time to pause and work on those as well. If you are younger, make sure you go through the basic leap preparation. I'm going to go through the basic leap preparation, and then we will go ahead and do it from the back to the front. So if I start from the side, I start with my right foot tendu. Arms here. I go. Gallop, 2, 3. Step with my left foot, plie. My right foot comes through, and leap. If I were to do my left side, I point my left foot. I go. Gallop, 2, 3. Step with my right foot, and leap with my left. Do these combinations back and forth across the floor, working on each side. Again, if you have been working on different variations of leaps, make sure you do those different variations of leaps. If you have only been working on grand jetés, such as in Ella's class or the class on Tuesday from 5 to 6, make sure that you are only working on those. The different variations, again, are the stag leap. We have been working on the side leap facing the front, and we've also been working on our switch leaps. So be sure to work on all those different variations on each side. Lastly, we're going to review our preps for our pirouettes because every class has been working on pirouettes. If you have been doing other variations of pirouettes, other than just jazz, everybody right now should know their jazz class. Other classes have been working on turned out, in the front, and straight leg. If you have been working on those other variations, and if you have been turning on your other side, in coupe and straight, make sure you do your other side because I know there's lots of classes who have been doing right and left pirouettes, so make sure you do that. Again, just to go over the preparation, we start with a T, doing our foot out. We step back into an L in a 4th position plie. We are just going to snap up and land and back. Now, this time we will do it with a releve. When we go up on releve, we need to remember that the first thing that comes down to stop our pirouette is our heel. And then we step back. Let's go ahead and go through that. We go. T, L, up, heel, and close. Very good. For those of you who are doing it on the left side, Ella can go ahead and wait on this one. Janae and I are going to do it on the left side. You go. T, L, up, heel, and close. Make sure you're doing the preps on both sides if that's what you have been working on. Next is to start turning it. Now, if you're in Ella's class, we have been working on quarter turns, half turns, and 3/4 turns, such as this. T, L, we turn quarter, heel, and land. Coming back to the front, you do a half turn. T, L, half to the back, heel comes down, and land. Very good. We've also been doing a 3/4 turn to end up over here. T, L, 3/4, heel, and land. When you begin to feel comfortable, go ahead and do a full pirouette. We go. T, L, make sure you spot, full pirouette, heel, landing and back. Very good. Make sure you're doing this on both sides. Miss Janae and I are going to demonstrate a left pirouette. Single, in jazz. T, L, single, and land. Make sure you're working on the different variations, such as turned out, coupe, and straight leg, on both sides. Again, thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. I hope this is helpful while you are stuck at home. Gives you lots of things to do, keeping you in shape. Make sure you're stretching every day and going through this video as much as possible. We can't wait to see you again.